Welcome back, everybody, back with it. Today we're going to be talking about SENKAIMON, basically what is going to be the best tower to farm in terms of links, and then just characters, or we're just going to be talking about all the stuff in terms of SENKAIMON, alright? So, let's get right into it, because I see a lot of questions asking which tower is really worth farming, right? So, on here it would tell you Icebreaker Trading, right? This is going to be the 50 floor stages, the towers. So, Icebreaker Trading gives you Toski, which is a normal attack damage link, and a last ditch, and then Ichigo is going to be a SAR last ditch, which I do like a lot, and then the Warrior's Path is going to be Zangetsu, which is NAD 25% and 16% DR. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Now, in terms of the harder towers will just give you tickets. They'll give you a 5-star ticket. You summon the ticket, and you'll get whoever is inside that selection. I'll put up on the screen right now in terms of all the towers and what units you can get from which one. Do keep in mind, the later the tower, or the newest the tower, the more recent the characters are going to be. Now, Iceberg of Perseverance is a bit oldish at this point. It's what, I think a year old at this point? I don't want to say 2 years, because that sounds a bit wrong. If it's been 2 years, that's quite a long time. But it is definitely over a year old, and it does stop at Giriko. So any unit after Giriko, it's not in there. Premium wise or seasoned, they're not in there, right? So just keep that in mind. Now, in terms of links, let's talk about this. Now, I feel like the links really depend on what you value the most. For me personally, I'm gonna be honest, right? For me personally, I really value the SAR and Last Ditch link the most, because most content in the game, it's gonna be co-op related, right? So IET, co-op related. EDZ, when Rich dropped the zone, co-op related. Epic Raids, co-op related. So having SAR and Last Ditch is very, very nice. Even when it comes to just farming point events, say you're a brand newish account, I do recommend Ichigo because he's a Last Ditch survival, right? So you can farm it, don't have to worry about dying or using the candle and all that. Even when it comes to IT, right? Especially in IT, you don't know when you're gonna die. Having Last Ditch there saves you a candle, because really, honestly, when it comes to candles is really not, there's not a good way to get a lot of candles in this game. Surprisingly, there really isn't. You maybe get, 15 candles a month? Maybe 20 candles a month, especially if you buy out the Chronicle Quest shop. So you really don't get much a month in terms of candles. So I do think this Ichigo is the best one to pick in terms of the towers, right? Now, between him and Zangetsu, I think it comes down to what you prefer. In my opinion, I think Totsuki is a completely irrelevant link. Again, I think it just comes down to really what you prefer, because NAD and Last Ditch, again, you're rarely ever going to be using NAD units in terms of co-op, right? The only NAD unit that comes to mind that you're going to be using to farm IT specifically is probably going to be Aizen or the Momo, the swimsuit version. Now, Momo, she's more than likely going to be autoing, so I can understand why you want the link for Momo. Aizen, you're going to be carrying. Again, I don't really, as 2 characters out of what? All the SP units you're going to be using most of the time when you are playing the game. So, I don't really like Totsuki that much as a link. I don't really think she's worth it in my opinion. Now, I do recommend most people to get all the links, all the characters, just for the orb's sake. But in terms of links, if you are hunting for some, if you're past that point already, where you already got all of them, depending who to do, I would really recommend to max out the Ichigos. Now, let's talk about Zangetsu. Now, Zangetsu is a normal attack damage 25% and 16% damage taken. Very, very good link. Now, this link is mainly for PvP. It's mainly for brave battles. Usually in brave battles, you prefer the 20% DR, but if you have a Zangetsu 5-5, he's gonna be a fantastic link until you do get a DR link 5-5, 20%. Now, very, very good. Again, but again, this is strictly only for brave battles. So, I feel like it really depends on what you focus on the most. I do really value the Ichigo link the most out of the Zangetsu and the Totsuki, just because normal NAD and Last Ditch don't really care for. I'm gonna be honest, right? I already said it before. NAD DR, very, very good. I like that. I like that link a lot, especially when it comes to brave battles. But I do think in terms of most value, it is going to be the Ichigo. Last Ditch and SAR is just too good of a combo to pass up, especially in this game where you are mainly going to be farming co-op related stuff. But that's pretty much it. It comes down to you in terms of who you really want to pick in terms of these units. I'm just trying to give some light on it because there really isn't that many people talking about it, surprisingly. Because it's kind of simple, I think. You can pick whoever you really want to. It doesn't really matter. But I just think if you want to get the most value for it, you definitely want to pick the Ichigo, in my opinion. Again, it just comes down to what you prefer. Now, of course, with the medals, I do recommend to buy each Aizen at least once and then start working on your Chads with this SENKAIMON crystal. Do keep in mind, it's going to take some time. Yes, it takes some time. It will take you 5 months to get every single attribute of one Ichigo. It's going to take you, I want to say 5 months as well to max out all your Chads if you don't have any medals already, right? Assuming you have no medals, I think it takes you 5 months to max out every single Chad. I could be wrong because you get about 200 medals a month. So it's around that ballpark, so it's a little bit long, right? It does take some time to build up an account in terms of SENKAIMON stuff, especially since some of the best links in the game. I think SAR and Last Ditch, best link in the game. SAD and Full Stam, best link in the game. Chad, Full Stamina 25 with SAR, best link in the game. So it's completely understandable, but do keep in mind it does take time. Now, of course, if you already bought everything in the shop, you already have everybody once, buying the 6-star ticket isn't a bad option, but I do recommend going for dupes. A duped out Senkaizen over a 6-star ticket, but it comes down to you. You don't really need dupes in this game in terms of links, in my opinion. But other than that, though, that's pretty much going to be the video, guys. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you guys later on. Peace out.